When you start the home buying process, one of the first questions I'm going to ask you is, are you buying an investment property or a personal residence? Now, most clients I work with are buying personal residences, but why does this matter? Well, certain lenders offer certain down payment minimums depending on the loan type. So if you're buying a personal residence, you can put down as low as 3% on a conventional insured mortgage. If you're using an FHA program through the government, this is a 3.5% down payment minimum requirement. Now, the times when you're going to be required to put down more could be on investment properties, for example. Investment loans typically start at 15% down payment minimums. Some lenders start their minimum at 20%, and others even go as high as 25% for the minimum down payment requirement. So that's the one difference to keep in mind between investment loans and personal residence loans. You can get away with lower down payments on personal residences. With that being said, there's also mortgage insurance. This is another factor I want you to consider before you think about putting less than 20% down when buying a property. If you're going to put down 3%, 5%, you're going to be required to pay mortgage insurance, and this is not going to fall off your mortgage payment until you eventually reach 20% equity in the property. So your monthly payments are going to become less than what they were previously, which should save you some money each month. Now, if you want to start off from the bat of not having this mortgage insurance payment, then you want to put at least 20% down on the property. And there's one other key note here that a lot of people forget, and that's with FHA loans. FHA loans are a different type of loan that try to help a lot of beginners get into homes when they can't afford to put 20% down. But the one caveat with FHA loans that you need to keep in mind is the mortgage insurance that you start paying. You pay it for the lifetime of the loan. So it doesn't matter when you reach 20% equity in the property, the bank will not take this mortgage insurance off your payment. You're still going to keep paying that monthly mortgage insurance payment. So it's a little bit of I would call it a con when you're looking at the pros and cons of an FHA loan versus other types of loans. Keep in mind, this is a con for the FHA loan, that you're going to have lifetime mortgage insurance when you put less than 20% down on a property. Now, other types of loans, the minute you hit that 20% equity mark, where you now have 20% equity or principal in the property, they will automatically start to drop off that mortgage insurance payment from your mortgage payment each month. And this, again, is going to lighten up your payment so you're not paying as much in the following future months. And then the third and final thing to consider is interest. Every time you put down less than 20%, the less and less you put down, the more loan balance you're taking out, so the more monthly payments you're going to have towards interest each month. If you're trying to avoid paying a lot in interest, then you're going to want to put more down on the home. So those that put down the very minimum payments, such as 3.5% down or 3% down, for example, you're going to have a much larger loan balance. So you're going to pay more in interest every month. And the lifetime cost of that loan, when you pay it back, you're going to have paid back more in interest than someone who started off with 20% down and then paid their loan off from there. So keep that in mind. The less you put down up front, the more interest you're going to be paying throughout the lifetime of the loan, and the more that house is going to cost you over that 30-year mortgage.